Hello and welcome. You're watching News 9. My name is Pankaj Mishra. Well, it's a full-blown war of words between the Shindes, Uddhav Thackeray and Rahul Gandhi now on the commentary that Rahul Gandhi made one single statement that I am not Savarkar, I won't apologize. This is what Rahul Gandhi had said, and lo and behold, after that, again, a war of words has started. Rahul Gandhi, obviously, who is facing flack and has been expelled from the parliament as of now for his comments on Prime Minister Modi, now is facing heat from Uddhav Thackeray and Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, who unequivocally today condemned Rahul Gandhi's comment on freedom fighter Savarkar and announced that a Savarkar Gaurav Yatra will be organized in every district of Maharashtra. So much so that Shinde has added Savarkar's picture in his Twitter handle as well. Shinde was referring to Rahul Gandhi's recent statement where he had said that he is not Savarkar and he won't apologize as far as the comments made on Indian democracy is concerned. Former Maharashtra Chief Minister, meanwhile, earlier in the day had Uddhav Thackeray had also warned Rahul Gandhi to not insult Vinayak Savarkar, adding that demeaning Savarkar would create cracks in the opposition. Now, let me quickly tell you what Uddhav exactly said. He said, I want to tell Rahul Gandhi that we have come together, that's right, we have come together to save democracy and constitution in this country, but do not make any statements that will create fissures. They are trying to provoke you. Here he was referring to BJP. If we miss this timing, then our country will surely go towards autocracy, unquote. Let's quickly listen into some reactions that came right after that.
स्वातंत्र्यवीर सावरकरांचा वारंवार अपमान राहुल गांधींकडून होतोय, त्याचा खरं म्हणजे निषेध करावा तेवढा थोडा आहे. मी त्याचा निषेध, धिक्कार, जाहीर निषेध करतो. आणि खऱ्या अर्थाने ज्या स्वातंत्र्यवीर सावरकरांनी या देशाला स्वातंत्र्य मिळवून दिलं आणि हे आंदोलन करत असताना काळ्या पाण्याची शिक्षा भोगली आणि त्यामुळे खऱ्या अर्थाने या देशभक्तांच्या आणि स्वातंत्र्यवीरांच्या त्यागातून हे आपल्याला स्वातंत्र्य मिळालेलं आहे.
लेकिन सावरकर को घसीटने की जरूरत नहीं है. सावरकर जी हमारे लिए हमेशा प्रेरणा का एक स्रोत रहे हैं. हम जो आज महाराष्ट्र में जो लड़ाई कर रहे हैं उसकी प्रेरणा छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज और वीर सावरकर भी है.
Very quickly also, let's listen into what Rahul Gandhi had exactly said and then we open the house for our panelists.
बात कहते हैं कि आपने जब विदेश में जाके भाषण दिया तो उन्होंने कहा माफी मांग लेते. अभी कहा कि कोर्ट में आपसे कहा गया माफी मांग लेते. तो जब ये लोग राहुल गांधी माफी मांग लेते तो राहुल गांधी क्या सोचते हैं?
राहुल गांधी सोचता है मेरा नाम सावरकर नहीं है, मेरा नाम गांधी है. गांधी किसी से माफी नहीं मांगता. और मैंने कहा पार्लियामेंट हाउस में, कहा कि भैया मुझे बोलने दीजिए ना, एक बार तो बोलने दीजिए. 2 बार चिट्ठी लिखी, तीसरी बार मैं पर्सनली स्पीकर से जाके कहता हूं, स्पीकर सर प्लीज, आप डेमोक्रेसी के लोकतंत्र के आप प्रोटेक्टर हैं, मुझे बोलने दीजिए. मुस्कुरा आके कहते हैं भैया मैं तो नहीं कर सकता. आप नहीं कर सकते तो कौन कर सकता है? शायद मुझे जाके मोदी जी से पूछना पड़े, वो तो करने नहीं देंगे.
Well, joining on the broadcast, Sanjeev Singh and Desh Ratan Nigam, two noted political analysts joining us here on the broadcast. Thank you, gentlemen, for waiting patiently. Sanjeev, let me begin with you first. A tightrope walk indeed for especially Uddhav Thackeray, when he on one hand tries to lambast Rahul Gandhi and on the other he has exercised caution, saying BJP is trying to provoke you, Rahul, stay calm.
Yes, Pankaj, indeed it's very tough for the Uddhav Thackeray faction to do the tightrope walk simply because Veer Savarkar is, a very popular figure in Maharashtra politics, and no party can afford to, take this line down. In fact, even the local Congress leaders, if you talk to anybody personally, they will all be full of praise for Vinayak Savarkar. So that's the kind of position or esteem that Veer Savarkar is held in, especially in the state of Maharashtra. Now you look at this scenario for Uddhav Thackeray. Uh, he's lost his election symbol. He's lost power. He's lost so many MPs. Now he has put all his eggs in the basket of the Congress party because they are a part of that alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if Rahul Gandhi makes a remark like this, where does it leave Uddhav Thackeray? Ultimately, at the end of the day, political parties are there to win elections, to win votes. And what will the Uddhav Thackeray faction go to the people with? If if his opposition parties say that, look, he is supporting somebody who's been criticizing Veer Savarkar, then how does the Uddhav Thackeray faction get enough votes for themselves? So that's where the quandary is for the Uddhav Thackeray faction. And rightly so, he has said so, because ultimately it's all about winning elections, it's about getting votes, it's about being popular as a political party. Therefore, Uddhav Thackeray is left with very little option. He cannot be seen in isolation, because if the elections come and if the Grand Alliance does not take shape in Maharashtra, then his political fortunes perhaps will be at its lowest.
Indeed. Also, Deshratan Nigamji, what Sanjeev says obviously makes a resonance with a lot of factors that are developing thick and fast here. For Rahul Gandhi especially, and for the embattled Uddhav Thackeray in Maharashtra, obviously. Today we heard, today we saw how K. Chandrasekhar Rao has entered the bastion in Maharashtra. Now, this talks of alliance, forging of alliance without Congress against the BJP in 2024. Do you believe that somehow either Rahul Gandhi needs to be very cautious of what he is saying, because this thing that has been picked up now comes at the back of his disqualification as an MP? So for, in your opinion, where does Congress stand as of now, and what precautions it must take right now? Deshatanji, I'll request you to unmute the mic, please.
Pankaj, in fact, I don't think Rahul will be ever cautious in what he speaks. It is always that he speaks first, and then his army of Congress leaders start giving interpretations to it, and they give 100 interpretations. Even Rahul will not believe that he meant all that. Whether it was in London, where he spoke about China believes in harmony, then contradicts himself by giving 10 examples about China trying to harm India, then also asking EU and USA to interfere into our country, having MOU with the Chinese Communist Party, receiving 1.36 crores from the what I say is from the China Rajiv Gandhi Foundation. And Doklam, you remember the secret meetings that they had, Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, meeting high Chinese officials. So there is a pattern to it. And I'm rather surprised whether he is in his own control or some external forces are controlling him. Because these issues are being discussed in society today in public. And what he said about Savarkar, he can never be anywhere near to Savarkar. And a person who's carrying a stolen name of a Gandhi, actually it should have been Gandhi. And then he says he's Gandhi. It's nowhere even the word Gandhi or even his father's surname, that his grandfather's surname which he's carrying. So on merit, let me tell you, he has been speaking about Savarkar time and again. Mrs. Indira Gandhi recognized his role, issued a stamp on him also. And Mahatma Gandhi called him a very clever strategist and a freedom fighter. I don't think Rahul can even stay for a minute in Kalapani at Cellular Jail in the inhuman conditions in which Veer Savarkar stayed. And people talking about mercy petitions, I don't think anybody has seen those mercy petitions. If you look at them, he has clearly said that please release others first and then him. And those were standard petitions that people used to sign at that point of time. And his brilliant strategies about, joining defense forces so that when India becomes independent, the Indian forces are ready to take over. And the Indian naval mutiny that occurred in 1946, most of the people were from the region which Veer Savarkar belongs. So remember, he was very far-sighted. He did stand with Hindus when everybody left Hindus at that point of time. So he was a brilliant strategist. And to say that he's not Savarkar, thank God he's not Savarkar. We all know what he is today. And we require a mature leadership from Congress. We need a constructive opposition. We require some vision in that particular party. Today, that party is absolutely lacking. They have an interim president. They can't even elect a president, although they have some very good people, but they are sidelined. So we expect something far, far more mature than what we are seeing, whether it is London, whether it is within the country. So we expect somebody else to take over Congress, and criticize BJP's policies, have critical analysis so that something good comes out. If there are weaknesses in policies and in governance, let it be pointed out. But to generalize and paint that India's democracy is in danger. And one of the most shocking thing is the opposition is getting united on corruption, not on any other policy.
Right.
That's,
so obviously
that's one of the worst
on domestic ground, yes, definitely you're right. Congress should be focusing more on what the lacune lies with the ruling dispensation. But here, obviously, even the Savarkars, the grandson of Veer Savarkar, spoke to the media a short while ago, and he calls Rahul's commentary childish. Let's quickly listen into that, and then we continue the debate.
है जहाँ पे सावरकर जी ने ब्रिटिशों की माफी मांगी है। दूसरी बात, सुप्रीम कोर्ट से जो आदमी 2 बार माफी मांग चुका है, उसने ऐसे दावे करना बहुत गलत है। और मैं तो मानता हूँ कि ये तो वीर सावरकर हो भी नहीं सकता, इससे नाम लेने का भी इसे वो अधिकार नहीं है। और सब जानते हैं कि एक घोंघरेला होता है, वो कभी सूरज नहीं बन सकता। तो राहुल गांधी ने मैं वीर सावरकर नहीं हुए बोलना भी उसे मतलब बचकाना है, और अपनी राजकीय स्वार्थ के लिए ये सब हो रहा है। और मैं निषेध करता हूँ कि देशभक्तों का उपयोग अपनी राजनीति के लिए करना ये गलत बात है।
Well, there we heard him. Sanjeev, we have seen this Savarkar issue time and again, coming out, and obviously the political slugfest continues that. How relevant do you think that Savarkar stays as of now, especially in the run-up to 2024 elections? And for the BJP especially, do you believe that this emotive issue is only going to help them?
Well, of course, Veer Savarkar was such a personality that you can't keep him away from the current politics. In fact, he is considered the father of Hindutva. He is the one who put forward his views on how, we should function as a country. And he also had a lot of scientific temper. And he was one person who really inspired many people, and which is why you see that, there are all these debates happening around it. We, of course, don't know exactly what happened at that point of time when Veer Savarkar was there. But, there is a general perception that Veer Savarkar and Subhash Chandra Bose did not get their due because of, too much of focus on Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru. But that's a separate debate. If you talk about today's politics, if there is anybody who is as relevant as he was about 100 years ago, it is Veer Savarkar, because it is his initial thoughts and ideology that is shaping the current BJP under Narendra Modi. And therefore, you will see a lot more of these kind of debates happening in the public domain. But ultimately, in the end, it's about who has more boots on the ground. If the Congress currently does not know where it is going, it's trying to fight the battle at the ideological level. But do they have boots on the ground to be able to carry this message to the people? I don't think so. Therefore, it's a battle of two unequals. Rahul Gandhi can talk about ideology and have this battle, but when it comes to brass tacks about winning elections, there a lot of work needs to go for the Congress party before they can actually take on the BJP.
Right. Devjatanji, obviously, boots on ground, votes in their kitty, that is something that is a decisive factor indeed. When it comes to Rahul Gandhi's take on the government, be it within the country or outside, do you believe that, as some of the critics of the BJP are saying, that the disqualification of Rahul Gandhi has actually led to some sort of relief for the BJP, especially in the parliament, because the kind of heat that was coming their way as far as the Adani issue was concerned, that is something that the BJP can breathe easy now with Rahul being disqualified?
Oh, Pankaj, I don't think so. We have seen Rahul's intervention in parliament. They were far from few. And if you look at I think total 21 times he probably spoke in the parliament in the entire career of as a parliamentarian. And most of them were not very critical also in terms of merit. And I don't agree with Sanjeev ji when he says that Congress is fighting an ideological battle. There is no ideological fight with the BJP. If there was an ideological battle, then they would not shake hands with at the national level with the Mamata Banerjee, but contest against Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal, or against the communists in Kerala, or on the issue of Savarkar also, there are differences with Shiv Sena. And therefore, this is not ideological. This is simply the opportunistic alliances. The only common thing is that anti-BJP. There is no ideology out there. So I beg to differ with Sanjeev ji. Second, also, if you recall Mr. Savarkar's role, he was even ahead of Mahatma Gandhi. He gave the Purna Swaraj concept in 1903 and Swadeshi, homemade goods to be used at that point of time, and his praise for Hitler, because he simply believed in that enemy's enemy is a friend of yours. Because if you recall, Subhash Chandra Bose took the help of Hitler, and we regard him as a hero. And some people even, in fact, criticize Savarkar because he praised Hitler. His simple strategy was that enemy's enemy is a friend. So you must take help from everybody. And today the Congress, see, people have forgot about Bharat Jodo Yatra. There's a lot of fanfare, AC containers, and you get down before a city, walk through the city, then again go inside AC containers and say you have walked thousands of kilometers. So all those are the issues which people see, and it is all there on social media. So you can't hide away. You can't run away from various, issues. And what is the actual ideological fight you are doing? Please name. It just can't be anti-BJP. There has to be some policies, either you oppose economic policies and have an alternate vision. In fact, they criticize everything, but I don't see an alternative vision or a program of policies to counter that, say this is better than that.
Well,
so it's
opposition
all on,
would do its job criticizing and questioning.
No, that's fine. Pankaj, that's fine. I want, but give me an alternative vision to it. You don't have an alternative vision. We saw in Rafale what happened in Rafale with big cutouts. It didn't have any resonance with the masses, whether it was Pegasus, Rafale demonetization. They have, even Adanis, go to the villages or the real voters, they don't think this is an issue.
Right. Sanjeev, final question before we let you go. Obviously, 2014, we saw the anti-corruption bogey on which BJP rode high and came to power. 2019, once again, continuation of the Vikas push was there. 2024, do you believe, is going to be Hindutva? Because Deshratan Nigamji is obviously talking about the ideological part of it. Do you believe that Hindutva this time around is the ideology on which, as of now, all this Savarkar issue and rest of the issues are revolving around?
Pankaj, it is a key issue, no doubt. It will be one of the central issues during the elections. But you see, there are three aspects to the elections. There is Hindutva, there is nationalism, and there is welfareism. Unless the Congress can take on, the BJP on at least two of these issues, I don't think it's going to be a battle of equals. Currently, as Deshratan pointed out, there is a lacuna in the Congress system. You have an interim president, but Rahul Gandhi is the face of the party. Now, Rahul Gandhi, this is not the first time he's courted controversy. We know that there is another case going on in Bhiwandi, of course.
Right.
So, right now, the Congress party is still struggling with how to present a cohesive face before the public. Now, that itself is a challenge for the party. Now, once they're able to do that, will they have enough boots in the ground to communicate that message? On the other hand, you're fighting, a well-equipped unit like the BJP, which already has boots on the ground, is very clear on how they want to go to the voters. Therefore, I think it's a battle of unequals at the moment.
Thank you so much. Obviously, boots on the ground and obviously the votes, as we mentioned earlier, that's what the decisive factor would be. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. More news and updates continue here on News 9+.